Do you teach them or tell them? My wife is better with computers than I am, so if I'm having a problem with something, I'll usually ask her, and she usually tells me how to do it. On the other hand, if I go to the Apple Store, which I do a lot, they teach me how to do it. I love the Apple Store. Telling someone how to do something isn't going to work if they haven't been taught both the how and the why first. So just because you tell your team to retail, rebook or upsell additional services doesn't mean that they know how, and certainly doesn't mean that they will. That applies to you too. Just because you tell yourself that you need to start or stop something doesn't mean that you can or will if you lack the sufficient skills. The most successful people or businesses in any industry recognize that to be successful, it is essential to invest both time and money in growing your people. And that means continual training in every aspect of the job. Often salon owners will say to me, "But Anthony, I can't find good people." Don't make the mistake of always thinking that you can't afford to employ the caliber of person that you need. More often than not, the key is to look for people who have the right attitude first and to then train them to have the skills that you require. There's a great expression: recruit for attitude and train for skill. If you look at any of your favorite brands, whether it's Apple or Starbucks and any other sector, you'll see that those that succeed recognize that to deliver a product, an experience synonymous with the brand, requires people that are well trained. So they will continually invest the resources of time, money and people to ensure that they can consistently deliver the caliber of service or product promised. So how much do you budget for training? I was told once that apparently McDonald's invests approximately 15% of their revenue back into training their people. Now, I don't know if that's an accurate figure or not, but you can be sure that they invest a massive percentage of sales back into training. You see, whether you like McDonald's or not is irrelevant, but you have to recognize that one of the strengths of McDonald's is that no matter where in the world you visit their restaurants, they offer a consistent product and experience. And the reason that they're able to do that is because they ensure that their people have the skills needed to deliver both the product and the experience consistently. And they achieve that because of the time and money they are prepared to invest in training their people. So how do you compare? How much do you invest in your training for your team to become the people that you need them to be? Because there's little point in demanding that your people perform to the standards that you dream about if you're not prepared to invest the time, the money and the people resources to train them to be able to perform to the standards that you want. And what about you? How much do you invest in training yourself to become the person that you want to become and earning what you want to earn? You see, regardless of whether you're an owner, manager or employee, ultimately it is not someone else's responsibility to turn you into the person that you want to be. When all's said and done, that responsibility lies with you. No one else owes you anything. So what seminars, what books or other resources are you investing to turn you into the person that you want to be? There's a great quote from Nelson Mandela who said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." It's the same for your salon. Thank you for watching. I hope that this has been helpful, and if you don't already subscribe to the 2-Minute Salon Manager, you can do so by visiting growmysalonbusiness.com. And if you don't already do so, I suggest that you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, again at Grow My Salon Business. So have a great week.